How you doing, everybody? I'm Foolish Assassin. Sorry for the 3 week disappearance. It was just some personal stuff going on. But today I'm here with Naruto chapter 681, titled Kaguyas Tears. And we start off with Naruto Sasuke's attack landing on Kaguya. He ends up going flying, dropping his famous sword into the lava, which we'll probably never see again. That sucks, but anyway. So Naruto flies behind Sasuke, catches him with his back or whatever, and Sasuke grabs onto his leg. At this point, Sasuke uses one of those black sphere chocolate ball thingies and creates like a platform to stand on. And this is where Naruto says, "Oh, I didn't know you can use that, but I guess you can, being that we share the same power or whatever." Anyway, so Kaguya rips open a portal within the dimension, slips through behind Naruto and Sasuke, and she grabs onto their faces and starts crying. And this is where we see Black Zetsu like snake out from her arms, and he says, looking at you, Kaguya was reminded of her 2 sons, which is the Sage of Six Paths and his brother, which I can't remember the names of." And he goes on to say that her 2 sons were the ones that actually sealed her. And this is where Naruto says, "I thought that he only sealed the Chubi," and this is where Black Zetsu says, "Oh, I rewritten the story of the Shinobi." And he goes on to say, "Oh, the whole story of the Shinobi was my plan to bring back my mother." And he goes on to say, and this is where he gets into the part where he explains how he manipulated everyone throughout history just for this one moment. And to me, this is where Naruto is starting to get a little convoluted and a little crazy, even though this has been crazy for a while. But this is really where it took me for a loop. Anyway, so as I told you earlier, my mother was sealed by her sons by a very powerful seal. The Jubi itself was turned into the core of the Shibaku Tensei, and that's how it became the moon. And then he goes on to say how first the Jubi, it wasn't just a holy tree, it was part of my mother. Black Zetsu goes on to say that the Sage of Six Paths, he taught his sons ninju, which Black Zetsu thought, well, he could use that to further his plans or whatever. When Indra lost the war against his brother, I think Ashura, I'm not 100% sure of the name. Uh, when he lost the war, Black Zetsu tried to tempted him to like separate and defect, and this fools became the the Uchiha clan all the way down, and this created the Uchiha and Senju clan. Black Zetsu goes on to say that there's the stone tablet left by the sage. He actually rewritten the tablet, and this is what confuses Sasuke. And he says he changes the text to say that the infinite Tsukuyomi will save the Uchiha. With just that, you act the story out perfectly, you Uchiha. He goes on to say that Indra, the Uchiha, and the Shura and the Senju just fought against each other for a whole bunch of years. Like, for years, all the way down the line. Which is part of his plans to try and get one of the incarnations of Ingra, Indra or Shura to reawaken the Mangekyo Sharingan, but all of those plans failed. But when he came across Hashirama and Madara, that's when it got a little bit interesting because he felt super certain that Madara would do it. And this is where we see Madara bites a chunk out of Hashirama's arm, and this is where he dies and whatever. So instead of just sealing him, Hashirama took his body, buried him, and hid him away. But Madara sacrificed his right eye using Izanagi to rewrite history so that he didn't die, and then he replaced his body that was hidden with a shadow clone. And when he got away, he threw up the piece of arm that he bit off of. God damn, I am tired today. That he bit off. When he got away, he threw up the bit of arm that he bit off of Hashirama and put it inside of his wounds or whatever, which is really weird. Why would he think to do that? Oh, I bit off Hashirama's arm. Let me throw it up. All right, let me put it on me. Yo, better. That doesn't make sense to me. And so after he did that, that's when he awakened the Renegon, and with that, he brought back the Ghetto Mazo, and he combined it with himself to try and make himself live longer. This is where we find out that Madara didn't create the White Zetsu, is that the White Zetsu were already there inside of the Ghetto Mazo, and Black Zetsu manipulated Madara into thinking that, well, Black Zetsu pretty much manipulated Madara into thinking everything he thought. Let's see, scroll down. He also manipulated Kabuto into finding Madara's body so that Obito would be inclined to work with Obito would be inclined to work with Kabuto. God, all the names similar sounding. Anyway, so with all that in place, Madara having a Rinnegan, being revived, Obito going crazy for Ren, Kabuto, Black Zetsu pretty much manipulated everything in place so that Kaguya could be brought back. So with that, Kaguya says, "I hate you, Kaguruma and Homura. You're mine." This part is very, very confusing to me, but I get into that a little bit later. And with that, Naruto rips off the Black Zetsu, which I'm surprised Sasuke can do, but again, I'll get into that later. Naruto says, "You're not the only ones who created the history of the shinobi," and then he rips off the Black Zetsu from Sasuke, and then he and Sasuke come into agreement that they must use the sealing technique to seal Kaguya, and that's pretty much the whole chapter, which is mindfuck. But okay, let's get into some shit. One, Black Zetsu is a motherfucker, isn't he? One, he manipulated pretty much most of the key pieces in this war. He manipulated Indra into hating his brother. He manipulated the Uchiha all the way down. He manipulated Madara into thinking everything he thought was a good idea. He manipulated Kabuto into finding Madara's body. He manipulated Obito into working with. He just manipulated everybody just so he could bring back his mommy. Yay for mommy issues. Another thing I don't get is, how would Madara know? Because Black Zetsu was working from the shadows. How would Madara know to cough up that piece of arm that he bit off of Hashirama? How would he know that? It'd be like, hey, I'm gonna put it inside myself to making the Rinnegan. Unless you already knew that combining Senju and Uchiha DNA would get that, but to me that seems kind of unlikely. Let's see. Also, one of my major questions with this chapter is when they need, obviously Naruto and Sasuke have both the chakra of Ingara Ashura, which is the descendant of Hagoromo. But what about Homura? When they need his part to create that sealing technique, or does it just doesn't really matter? I wish that was kind of explained more, a little bit more. Maybe we'll get some more on that next week. Oh, and one last thing. Is it just me, or is Kaguya just batshit and crazy, batshit insane? Because she just breaks out crying like, "Oh my god, you remind me of my children, even though you're the descendants of one of them." So that's what leads back to, wouldn't they need Homura's chakra, or is his? Because we haven't even talked about Homura yet. Well, we talked about Sage 6 Bad. What about Homura? It's confusing as shit. This chapter is very out there. And why wasn't Sasuke able to rip off the chakra bombs or whatever? Was he just giving up at that point? Which, to me, that wouldn't make sense. But why was Naruto the only one that was able to rip off Black Zetsu and reject the chakra absorption or whatever? But anyway, that's pretty much the chapter. It was very convoluted. Sorry for the lackluster energy this week. I'm a little bit tired. Doing a whole bunch of stuff yesterday. really didn't get much sleep last night. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this chapter. Leave your thoughts and comments down in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.